Where's the year been running to? Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Emefa and today I bring to you the mid-year book freakout tag. The mid-year book freakout tag. Did I even know this existed? No, I didn't. But well, I need to do it too because I think I have a lot to say. Best book I've read so far in 2021, and that goes to The Invisible Life of Adi LaRue. This book follows a girl called Adi LaRue who reaches a bargain with the devil, where whenever she meets someone, they forget her as soon as she leaves. The craze, the ranting, the rave, just the hype about the book made me want to get reading it. Oh boy, did I miss anything? It was a fantastic read, a book that evoked so many emotions, and I loved it. So yeah, it's probably going to be my favorite book of the year. I do not know, but yeah, it was a good book. Best sequel you've read so far in 2021. So I read this book, Wake by Amandakerenhappuchanka, last year. It's a 4-book series, and I read just this one. I read the other 3 the early parts of this year, and let me just say I didn't like those books as much as I liked this one, just because everything was like, I feel like author was in a hurry, so she just did anything she could do, and it's like, no, let me just do anything and put this away. That's how I felt about the rest of the books, and so I'm not sure that's my best sequel, and I haven't read any other series apart from this, so maybe that question isn't meant for me. New release you haven't read yet but want to: The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I have read The Silent Patience, which I loved so much. It was a 5-star read, and because of that, I just didn't think twice about getting The Maidens, but I haven't read it yet. I have it, well, not with me here, but I haven't read it so far, and I just can't wait to read that. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year are Violence Ends by Chloe Gong. I've heard a lot of good things about her first book, which is These Violence Delights, which I haven't gotten yet. I'm just waiting to get the second, and then I can get the first so that I read them together. My biggest disappointment so far would be Padiki by Selassie Mensah, because I have read all 3 books that she published in 2019, and that was my least favorite, just because I feel important issues in the book were downplayed by religion and just the whole, I mean, it is a crime, right? But in this part of the world, when very huge crimes happen, families of the culprits would want you to take it out of the police station and bring it home so that you settle it, or religious leaders come in to like try and prick your conscience, try and like just a whole lot of things. I mean, if it's a crime, it's a crime. It's different from something really trivial happening and then both families want you to settle it at home. That is understandable. But if it's a huge crime like rape, like armed robbery, like theft, and you want us to take it out of the police station and bring it home to settle as families, you know, I mean, there was an issue like that in this book where religion and family tried to downplay such a serious issue, and the fact that at the end of the day the victim was seen as the culprit, like she was at fault, you know, just that whole thing was such a big blow to me that I didn't like this book at all. My biggest surprise, Homegoing by YEAR, because I first read Transcendent Kingdom by YEAR, which was released last year, and I didn't like it so much. I was kind of skeptical about reading Homegoing because I didn't know if it was going to be just that same energy from Transcendent Kingdom. But when I read that book, boy, did I love it. It was such a good book. The story follows two sisters, Issy and Ifya, born in Gold Coast. One was born in Fantasyland, one was born in Ashantiland. And one becomes a wife of a slave master, and one is a slave. Just that whole connection. Now, the story was written. Was such a great book. It evoked a lot of emotions. I was happy at a point, I was sad at a point, I cried at a point, I was so angry at a point. Oh my goodness. My favorite new author, I think I have a couple of favorite new authors this year, or the first half of this year. V. Schwab, of course, YEAR Jesse, Elizabeth Acevedo, and Tiffany D. Jackson. Just because I loved their books. They're all 5-star reads for me. I resonated with some of them, I didn't, but then I still appreciated it anyway. These would be my favorite authors so far. But maybe at the end of the year, I'm going to have like the favorite author of the year. Newest fictional crush. I don't really pay attention to these crushes and stuff like that. I'm just concerned about the characters in it. I don't think I have a favorite fictional crush yet, but let's see. Probably at the end of the year, I'm going to get one. My newest favorite character is Adeline LaRue. She's a strong girl. She experienced a whole lot. She passed through a whole lot. She's experienced loss. She's experienced love at a point. She's experienced betrayal. She's experienced just a whole lot in her life. But at the end of the day, she came out strong, which I loved about this character. A book that made you cry. I cried. I'm a crier, actually. I like to cry when things are too sad for me, when I feel the character is suffering so much, when I just do not understand why this character is going through hell. So I did cry in The Invisible Life of Adila Rue Grown. I did cry when you land. I'm going to. So yeah, I've just been crying and I'm back. I'm here and I'm strong. Book that made you happy. I just feel I'm going to keep mentioning these same books just because the books were very good in my opinion. The fact that it evoked a lot of emotions at certain points while reading. So of course, books that made me happy. Homegoing. The end was amazing. It was a good book. The Invisible Life of Adila Rue made me happy at a point, even though I cried majority of the time. Oh my god, did I forget? Let me go back. One of my favorite characters, Cinderella, is dead. Sophia. Oh my god, she's a strong girl. She's a strong girl. I loved her character so much. How did I even forget that? Yeah, so I'm adding it. She's also my favorite character. Book that made you happy. Cinderella is Dead, The Invisible Life of Adila Rue, Homegoing. Favorite book to film adaptation that you've seen this year? I haven't seen any one. I've heard of Lee Badugo's Shadow and Bone series, a lot of rants and raves and whatnot, but I haven't watched it. I haven't even read the books. I have no idea. So far I haven't seen any adaptations, none. But if I'm to suggest a book that should be adapted, probably The Invisible Life of Adila Rue, just so we could really see, because I mean there are lots of controversies revolving around that book, and so if it was adapted in a movie, maybe, just maybe, some of these controversies may be resolved. So that'll probably be a book that I might suggest to be adapted. But so far, I haven't seen any movie that has been adapted. any book that has been adapted. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. Conjuring Men by YEAR Book. Actually, this book, I got it in March because of the independence, Ghana's independence, the Ghana month, that's how you usually call it, but Ghana's independence, to celebrate Ghanaian authors. But I haven't read the book. I do not. I pick it up and I put it back down. I pick it up and I put it back down. I'm hoping to read this before the year ends, but hell, this is a beautiful cover. It is a beautiful cover. When I got it, I didn't even realize there was another woman here. Like, there was another person here. I was just concentrated on this person. And a friend was like, do you realize there's another person? I'm like, really? This is a beautiful cover with the whole floral thing going on, and it's pretty, the spine, and it's a pretty book actually. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I need to finish this. All the books that I have on my TBR each month, like this month for instance, I have 5 books on my TBR and I'm through with like 1. I have 4 more to go. 56 Days by Ryan Howard. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides for Shizzle. I need to finish that book. His Only Wife by Peace Ajo Midyear. I need to finish just a lot of books before 2021 ends. And can we just see how fast this year is running? Like, do you know, it was just like last week. And this brings it to the end of this amazing book tag that I could just not let go. I know it's my style. Classic old me. Always late for the show. I love you like a nerd loves books. See you on another video. Bye.